Hi, I'm Alan Gordon and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk to you about developing a practice routine, if you will, practicing your sales skills. I was watching this special on TV, I don't remember what channel, but they showed example after example of pilots who were in very serious situations. You'll remember the Sully, the pilot who landed the plane, an emergency landing in the Hudson River, and how he stayed all calm, cool, and collected. They showed pilots who with tires that would blow out on takeoff, going 180 miles an hour. Boom, the tire blows out, or problems with landings or near crashes. And there was a whole series of interviews with pilots who had been in these crisis situations. And I'll never forget what one of the pilots said. He was asked, what were you thinking at that very moment when you knew that you had to, if you knew it was life and death, not only your life and death, but 200 people in the plane behind you, what was going through your mind? And he said, at that moment, we're not paid to think, we're paid to react. And then he talked about having been in a flight simulator and had been in that exact situation 40, 50 times. And if he wanted to repeat it, he could just hit repeat, and he'd be in that exact same situation. And he knew exactly what to do because he had repeated it in a flight simulator. Now, hopefully, most pilots in their career never experience an emergency like that, or a life or death critical situation. But when they do, their training kicks in, okay? They don't have to think about it, they react. Okay, so how does that apply to us as salespeople? When you're a salesperson, you get the same objections over and over and over again. So most people feel uncomfortable when they get an objection. They feel like, oh, they get pushed back, and they get, they get this sad thing, and they want to go cry and hide and, go in the corner and cry. Well, he said the price was too high. He said he didn't want to do business with me. He said he already has a vendor, and we get all upset about it and worried about it, and we feel bad, and we lose a sale because of an objection. Okay? Think of the pilots in the flight simulator. 20 times. Just say to yourself, Alan, your price is too high. I can get this cheaper from one of your competitors. Or, I already have somebody that does that. Or, we're not really in a position right now to buy it. Our budget is just not going to allow it. Or, whatever the objection is, that's just something, we have another way of doing it, and I don't think we really wouldn't be interested in that way of doing it. Those are objections, okay? Just think of the pilot in a flight simulator. 50, 60 times a day, just say to yourself, Alan, I think your price is too high. I can find it on eBay for less than half the price. Well, rehearse your answer, okay? Practice your answer. Mr. Customer, I'm a price shopper myself, so I know exactly what you're saying. When I need to buy something, or one of my children comes to me and says they want to buy something, I go to the store, then I look it up on the web, and who do I buy it from? I buy it from the one that offers me the cheapest price. Because it's all the same item, right? So why pay more for the same item when you can get it from somebody else for less? What difference does it make? But what a lot of our customers have found is when working with us that our service is of real value. It may not be the first time you work with us, or the second time, or even the third time, but after you've worked with us a while, you start to understand why it's so important to have a company that stands behind the sale. Whatever your answer is, the price objection, I already have somebody else that does, well, that's great. And I'm sure you have a great relationship with that person. But let me ask you, what would it take to get some of your business? Not all of your business, because you've got a great relationship with them. But what would it take for us to get some of your business? However you want to deal with those objections, okay? And please watch the video over and over and over again on the right way to handle objections. It should be like clockwork, 1, 2, 3, and I explain all that in the video. But as you get objections all day long, think of that pilot in the flight simulator. Just repeat all day long that objection and your answer to it. That objection and your answer to it. Here's the objection, here's my answer. Here's the objection, here's the answer. In my car as I'm driving on the way home from work. Alan, your price is too high. And I go through my, I'm a price shopper myself. I understand. I'm not surprised by the objection. I'm completely prepared. Just like the flight emergency. I'm not paid to think about it. I just react. I hear the objection, I hear the situation, and I deal with the situation. And it's not, this is not the first time I've ever heard it. This is the 1,000th time I've heard it because I've repeated it over and over and over again. Anyway, I hope that helps. This is where we talk about raising yourself apart from all the other salespeople, because you're willing to put in the time and work on sales as a profession, not a hobby, not just picking up the phone and seeing if you can find somebody who wants to buy your product, but really working on your skills little by little. And eventually you can become the master salesperson you want to be. Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel, download the book, and hey, feel free to email me. I never say this in my videos, but I get emails all the time. So feel free to email me and we can talk about whatever your sales situation is. And if I have some advice for you, I'd be more than happy to give it to you. Thanks.